It's time to review Mank. Mank is directed by David Fincher and stars Lily Collins, Tom Burke, Gary Oldman, and Amanda Seyfried. This movie reinvents 1930s Hollywood through the eyes of Herman J. Mankiewicz, who was the co-writer of Citizen Kane along with Orson Welles. And while I really liked a lot of things about this movie, there are some things that threw it out of the great category for me that I really wished would have been different. Now, I want to start out with the good. Love the cast. Gary Oldman and Amanda Seyfried, both fantastic, play a great Herman Mankiewicz and a great Marion Davies, and I think they really carry the movie forward, of course, because they just act so well. Like, they really establish that 1930s feel through their characters, and Gary Oldman makes a complete change for Mankiewicz, and I just love following his goofy, kooky character who is witty but also a little bit negative too. So I like following that. And then you've got these great sets, you've got these great costumes and outfits. I mean, the costume design in this movie is really great. It puts you right in the center of 1930s Hollywood. But my favorite thing about this all is most likely the cinematography. I love the look, that black and white, film poppy, 1930s-ish feel. It emulates that 1930s through 40s look very well. And there's language in the movie like talkies and things like that that make the script strong, and it really lets you know where you are in Hollywood, 1930s. It does a fantastic job of that. The script is tight. It's got some really witty lines by Gary Oldman. I mean, his performance as Mankiewicz was fantastic. I really liked it because he plays this kind of witty but bumbly drunk type, so it's entertaining to follow. But unfortunately, where it falls short for me is the story. I don't find myself as interested or invested as I should be, and I love David Fincher films. I mean, Fight Club, Zodiac, The Social Network. He's got a fantastic filmography where most of the films I actually absolutely love, maybe save Alien 3, but most of the other films he's done, I absolutely love. But this one is one that just falls a little short of that love for me. You can feel it through the cinematography, through his tight script, which was actually written by his father. Pretty cool factor there. His father wrote the screenplay. Fincher's directing is very all over here. I mean, the influence of his directing is all over this movie, in the shots, in the shot selection, in the cinematography, and of course, in the way the actors collaborate. And you kind of get a couple of different sides of Mankiewicz. You get Mank, who's really drunk, versus Mank, who's getting over a hangover and trying to discuss business with other people. Again, where it falls short for me is the story. I don't find myself as invested, and maybe I would have liked this movie a little bit more had it been a documentary style or something to kind of introduce me to Mankiewicz. I just didn't find myself really that attached to the story, and I know that they were both writing Citizen Kane, one of the biggest movies of all time. I mean, literally hailed on plenty of lists as the greatest movie or one of the greatest movies of all time. I kind of find it a little boring, but hey, you know, hit me down in the comments and let me know, like, Leo, that was a horrible opinion, but I just find it a little boring, so maybe that's why I wasn't as entertained by this movie. You know, Gary Oldman and Amanda Seyfried, they're two that are very entertaining. Lily Collins kind of comes up a little short in my opinion. I just felt like her character didn't have a ton to do besides help Mankiewicz that much. And then you've got his brother Joe who's in there. I mean, really, I just didn't find myself that invested in the story. I like the characters, I like the acting, I like the cinematography, the script, but I didn't find myself loving the story. And like I had said, this will work a little bit better for me if it was in a documentary setting, or if there was something to set things up, and maybe if I had done a little research and dived into who Mankiewicz was and the story of him fighting to get some credit. I felt that was not explored enough either, because I feel like this movie was going to explore more of his fight to get that credit, but it doesn't come up for a little while. So I thought that was a little bit of a missed opportunity, you know, show how he tried to get that. And I just think it ended up being a lot about Mank and his drinking problem, and I would have liked to see more of like the actual like and there were scenes of him writing the movie, but I would have liked more of that, more of him developing that script, more of him and Orson Welles kind of going back and forth, because there was some interesting tension when he asked for credit for that script. So I would have loved to see a little bit more of that dynamic, but didn't get a lot of it, you all. And you all let me know what you thought about this movie down in the comments, because it's streaming on Netflix now. I'm actually a little bit late with my review here because I had some technical difficulties, but I am back, and like I said, not my favorite. If I had to rate Mank, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. I thought there were plenty of great qualities about it, but I just didn't think it was strong enough to hold me in story-wise, because a lot of the other elements are just so strong, but that story just didn't really hook me. But you all let me know down in the comments what's your favorite Fincher film and what you thought about Mank. Did you love it? I know I'm in the minority here, so let me know about my hot take down in the comments. My favorite Fincher film, everybody, I can't talk about it. That's the first rule, the second rule, and the third rule. So you already know which movie that is, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments as usual, and we will see you next time on Geekly Goods, everybody. Oh, be sure to hit that subscribe button too if you like content on movies, TV shows, with a sprinkle of anime and gaming, y'all. See ya!